Hi, guys. Oh my gosh, Aubrey, are you okay? Don't fall. Oh, I was confused for a second. I don't know why. I don't know why I got confused. How's everybody doing? How's your Saturday? Jennifer's here? Rhea is here on a Saturday? What? It is time for art. So let me show you guys what I did today. So I took a small portion of my day and I just finished the absolute fuck out of this picture. And it looks so good and I am so ready to be done with it. I'm so mad. About 800% done with this picture. You are forgetting your own songs. In fact, iTunes thingy. Let us know what song it is. There you go. Somebody said the same thing the other day, though. In fact, I think it might have been Arenis. Arenis was like, oh, it's, you know, oh, is this a new playlist? Nope. Same one. I don't know. Got up at 9 a.m. has been making spaghetti for a fundraiser that has the night off from work. How exciting. Well, now you're here. So, there's a couple things I want to fix on this, but I slapped some color on it and threw some shading on it and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we're just gonna go through and clean up all the shadows today, just make sure everything's nice and crispy and all that good stuff. But, yeah, this is where we're at on this. Thanks. Yeah, I spent some time today and just, I went to work today because I took a day off and on Thursday to get my car fixed, and I hit a point around lunchtime where I just could not think of any more concepts for anything, so I worked on this for like an hour and then went back to what I was doing, but I took a small break in the middle of the afternoon to work on this, so this piece is missing something very important. Oh no. What is it missing? I think I need to adjust this a little bit. This is maybe a little bit too bright. But we shall see. Beggardoa! Yeah, there is no Beggardoa. Right. I also do not have the patience to put Beggardoa back in. So unfortunately, Beggardoa will not be in this picture, because I'm about 800% done with it, so... I don't want to look at this piece anymore. I want nothing to do with this piece of artwork. I'm so ready for it to be finished. It's all this little, like, fixing up stuff at the end that's just like, oh, is it done yet? Your world is slowly being made. Progress on it is 2%. Hey, you know what? That's 2% more than you had the last time. It's a good start, actually. I found this Twitch streamer this morning. I was just kind of derping around on Twitch because, you know, nobody was in the office to judge me for my life choices, so I watched some streams today. And I met this this channel. His name is... I'm gonna go look it up because you guys should actually go check him out. He's pretty cool. What's his... He followed me back, so let me find out. Wait till you scrap over it and redo it again. Before I put the shading on it, I definitely wanted to start over. And then I put the shading on it, and that was it. DM Joey. Let me link him. There you go. Well, them. It's two guys. They each share... Two guys share the channel. But, it's, the guy I met today, Ron was his name, he was doing a World Building 101 stream. So basically what they were doing was they were creating open source worlds that you could just use for, like, campaigns and stuff, but, they were working on, like, a biome, so he was working on, a landscape of an underwater biome, and then, like, if you're in the chat and you want to pick a creature off the list to work on, you can just grab, like, a monster or, like, a, you know, or a piece of, like, plant life or something and just come up with a design for underwater in that area. And I thought that was kind of cool because, like... Oh, yeah, world building in general. Oh, yeah, that too. But yeah, so he was doing like this cool open source world building where like if you're in the chat you can just grab stuff, and so he was trying to avoid using like stuff that you would recognize from other media like orcs and elves, and so he was trying to maybe like do his own like open source thing, and it was really cool because like he had like a list of like 20 creatures from the local food web. So there were like plants, prey, apex predators, regular predators, carnivores. He had like a whole list of creatures, and so he was working on one, and somebody in the chat was like, oh, can I work on, this one? And he would just check it off the list, and then that person did a piece of artwork and sent it to him on his Discord server, and then that became part of this world they were all building together. And I thought that was kind of a cool concept. And like, because my world has such specific, if I can speak, specific things in it, like, I don't know that I would want to like give up control of the major things like history and culture, but I am gonna probably need to do big food webs like that. So I was thinking about maybe at some point, way down the line when I get to the point where I need to start working on environments in that kind of depth, maybe, I don't know if you guys are interested in contributing. You're more than welcome to make some suggestions. But that'll be way down the line because I'm not even close to being ready to work on like the environment in that kind of depth where we would talk about like apex predators and prey and different plants and stuff. But like I want to come up with like I want to make a whole sheet for each like major area. So like a whole just one character sheet in the style of the other like, in the style of the other Jadoa sheets that's like just the plants, like just the flora and fauna of the desert. And so I would, basically explain all of these different fruits we've drawn back here, but I'm gonna need animals and stuff, so yeah, and that's what I said to him, it was like somebody in his chat was like, well, you should contribute something, and I was like, I would if I didn't have ideas for my own thing, but, like I said, that's way down the line, but if, anybody had any ideas, like, if I ever did, like, a stream one night where I was working on that, and somebody was like, you should make a pitcher plant, I'm gonna use that since Tested gave me that earlier. You should make a pitcher plant that lives next to an oasis and you can get water from it. And then that would be it. And then you find it. Like, just for, like, small background things. But I think that would be a cool way for you guys to help me with my world without, like... I don't want to say taking away from it, because, like... expanding it wouldn't really take away from it. It's just, it wouldn't be so much my thing. So it was kind of a thought I had for way down the road. You can make murder monsters, yes. The progress I've done is possibly a bird species name and a lizard species name. I do have the idea of how the lizards will be based off. Oh, very cool. So you're making some progress. You're getting there. Is the name you're thinking of using the one you told me about the other day? Because that you sent me and asked me how I would pronounce it? Because I don't remember what it is now, but it starts with an A. Because I like that one. I don't remember what it is, because I've got about 800 things going on in my brain all at one time, but... But yeah, if you guys want to, if you are interested in world building, I would highly recommend checking out, DM Joey and, the other guy who's on the channel, Ron. The two of them they're cool. They were super nice and had lots of cool ideas, and were coming up with, neat world building ideas, and you can help build this instance of a world, so it's pretty cool. Seems neat. Olivarians, yes, that was what it's called. Yeah, I think it's a cool name. I like it. What name did you come up for the lizards? Cargians? Cargians? That's a cool name. I dig it. Let's bring that shadow back a little bit. Get that tangent out of there. Oh, Cargians or Cargians. Okay, yeah, I can see which one the emphasis goes on. Has anybody else been working on their world? Made any major progress? I was having fun just doodling characters at lunch at work the other day. Like, I've been spending so much time thinking about these characters that I don't get a lot of time to actually, like, draw them, and so getting to do that was really fun. Starting on designing Burraby's cities and stuff, have to figure out how they get their water when they live in a frozen sea. You're right. As a consideration. Luckily, this bird's gonna be the only one I go into this much detail on because he's up so close, or she's up so close. Yeah, there's always a lot of stuff to work on. It's like, you know, especially at the beginning, you're like, what do I work on now? I don't know. Are you still using the sheet that I gave you? Or are you ready to move on to maybe, like, world stuff and not so much, like, species and culture? I'm working on some random fauna that I'll eventually need drawn. Well, you know. Just because you guys are, like, in my Discord, and I would say that the core that's here are some of my, you know, strongest followers. If you guys ever need, like, stuff, you know, if you're maybe writers, but not necessarily artists, and you need, like, stuff drawn, and you need, like, a lot of small things drawn, I'd be totally willing to work out, like, a... You know, it would be stupid if you came to me and said, hey, I want to have, like, these 6 rodent drawn, and, you know, they're like these little teeny tiny, almost insignificant things that just go in the background to kind of give the world a little bit more life, and I charge you 25 bucks for each one. You know, that would be stupid. So, I'd be willing to work out something if you got, like, a bunch of small stuff. If you're somebody who even needs me to do art for you. Like Ryarkra, who buys my art all the time anyway. Just putting that out there. I'm pretty flexible with my prices, honestly. Like, that price sheet is there to give like a general idea for the most common stuff, but I'm always willing to work out things for other things. That felt like a really awkwardly placed, like, self-promo, and I promise that wasn't intentional. That was genuinely like a, if you need help and want to pay me to help, I will help you and make it easier. If you need it. I'm sorry. You mentioning that you'll need stuff drawn made me think that, like, wow, that would be really ridiculous if I asked you to pay me $50 per creature. That would be stupid. For, like, small background animals. What about an under a microscope view? I gotta work out what the brainworm parasite looks like, too. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Although, that's pretty deep down in. Oh, Rachel, thank you so much. Well, I missed a bunch of stuff. I looked away for like 1 second. Finds an interesting world that 90% is the same as ours. More cultures, languages, macro things like mythos and lore. Oh, cool. Just got back from an academic decathlon state competition. Oh, cool. How'd that go? How you doing? Was that... How'd everything go with that? What kind of a decathlon was it? I don't know anything about academic decathlon, so I don't know what that means. Effectively a piranha hummingbird mosquito combo thingy. That sounds absolutely terrifying. I haven't done any of those sheets. I keep getting distracted. Hey, that's fair. It's a pretty big sheet. I kind of felt like I should go back and, like, label the sheet and be like give, like, little prompts on it. So, like, instead of just being like culture, art, society, like, I feel like I should maybe have gone back and, like, expanded on it and been like, what kind of things do your creatures believe in, and just put, like, little, like, scripts almost underneath them, but do it. Finished 4th in PA. That's a lot of testing and stuff. Hey, that's pretty cool. Congratulations, 4th is pretty good. How many were there? My death flower is the most terrifying thing of all time. Well, maybe. I would, yeah, maybe. However, you guys know how I feel about house centipedes, so maybe not the most terrifying thing in the world unless you made it a hybrid of a centipede, in which case I would probably cry. 4th of 13 teams. Yeah, that's really good. Congratulations. I haven't really thought about, like, microscopic type things in Lorhandle. I bet that would be kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know that I need to focus on it, because in Lorhandle they're not really at a place with their technology where they can even look at that kind of stuff, so I'm not that worried about it, but... What the Jesus fuck is that? It ties into their past. Gotcha, that makes sense. Also, what the fuck? What is this thing? It's so gross and cool. Why is it gold? I hate it, and I love it. Is it a bristleworm? It looks like a bristleworm, but, like, fancier? Oh, really? That link worked for me. Try to post it by itself, if that works. Whatever it is, I love it. It's, interesting. Also, if you've never gotten stung by a bristleworm, don't. Just don't get stung by a bristleworm. Just don't let that be something that ever happens to you. You don't need that, you don't need that kind of negativity. Okay? Just putting that out there, you do not need that level of negativity. Getting stung by a bristleworm is the worst thing ever. Xenomorph terror. Yeah, it is a little bit like a xenomorph mouth. Why is it gold? I wish I had the chat open on the other screen now so that I could, like, show it for the VOD. To be like, this is a thing that exists. I imagine maybe the size of an ant, if not smaller, and it will eat through your skull if necessary to reach your brain. Oh my gosh. Is that what it is? A tongue louse? It is not a tongue louse. Never mind. Oh, I understood. Now that I look up at tongue louse, yes, I have heard of that. Which is pretty freaking crazy. Amazonian critter? Yeah, I think so. Ryarko is conveniently not answering the question of what on earth was the gold thing you shared. I'm intrigued and terrified. Similar concept for the crinware, but the brain. Oh, interesting. Do they just become like animal-like then, or the crinware like sentient? I don't know what I saw. It looked like it is concept material. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe it's not even real. It looked real. But I also was looking at it kind of out of the corner of my eye on my other monitor, so maybe I didn't see it right? I don't know. Whatever it was fucking cool. And also super creepy. It's so weird because, like, gross bugs don't freak me out, but, like, the 8 bajillion legs on a house centipede, I just... Nope. But you saw it and liked it as concept material. I misread that. RIP. What about wildlife of our worlds that is better, something less scary? I haven't really thought too much about wildlife for Lore Handel, to be honest. I haven't gotten there yet, but... Doa have their little, pack animal type, ground-eating pet for in the mines, and there's the sky kites, but I haven't really thought about much past that. They're literally just parasites that are naturally prolific in a lot of areas. What I'm working with material-wise is that they were used as a career path-ish nanite-influenced creature, but now it simply causes a positive and negative effect. Oh. Okay. Are they beneficial? I feel like any parasite eating your brain is a bad thing, but maybe not. Kites is probably the closest thing I have to any kind of, like, natural wildlife that I have anything written down about. Only wildlife I've noticed is the flying stingrays. Yeah, I've also got, a sheet we've worked on yet. Find out. Are they on any yet? No, they're actually gonna be on the next sheet, so that's why you haven't seen them yet. They're these guys. Little dinosaur-looking things. Dodoa raised them to go down in the mines, and, they basically eat along the edges of the walls in the mines and, like, dig the tunnels. And they're, like, kinda like how Gorons in Zelda eat rocks as, like, survival, like, that's what they eat. These guys eat the stone and the dirt and everything, but their bodies don't process gemstones and ore, so they just poop out the gemstones and the ore in like a mud almost, and then the Jadoa take that mud poop and filter out all of the valuable stuff like the gold and the gems. That's so metal. Very good pun. Help him. Beneficial and detrimental depending on how they burrow into your brain mass. They consume a chunk of your brain, nestle their bodies in the crevice, annulled, inducing a short chemically induced coma. Oh, interesting. So it's kind of like a way to like induce a coma if you need, but sometimes it goes wrong because parasites. Oh, thanks, Daniel. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? I don't have to read it. That's true. I don't have to read it. I'll stop reading the gross stuff. I'll read it to myself. I promise. Okay, layer 1. Finished. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Interesting. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it is not good. Your quality pun was unintentional, and I appreciate it. Pop those 2 layers on. I actually might even... They added these 2, like, mid-ground layers, but I don't know if it darkens it too much. Maybe just those 2 in the back. Oh, actually, no, it looks pretty good with all of them. We'll come back to it, though. So next, we gotta do the mid-ground shadows. Actually gonna, before I forget about it, I'm gonna... It's so bright. I am also going to add a building in back here because I should have done it in the first place and I didn't. That color? Pigeon. Back there even though there's no detail on it. Got a new deodorant today and chose it just because it said the word reef on it. Hey, that's a good one. Oh, Briar, what wildlife ideas do you have? Could I ask an important question about world building? Absolutely. What is your question? All those layers. Same thing as before, we just that color down. Nope. Slap that color down, there we go. Now I can color without all the extra color. Now I can shade without all the extra colors, rather. City names? Good question. Next question. City names, yes. City names are usually derived from, like, what's in the area. So, like, this area is called Suncliff Haven because it is it's in the desert, so sun. Pretty simple. A lot of the Jadoa towns are like themed with celestial bodies or like references to light and gemstones. But so like this city in this scene is called Suncliff Haven, so it's sun, because it's in the desert and sun theme. Cliff, because this particular city is built next to a very big cliffside. Cliff. And then Haven, I chose the word Haven because it's kind of like at the far end of the desert, so if you've made it to this city, this is like a safe spot out of the sun that you kind of reach. And this is like a major point. So, like, a lot of the city names, you have to, like, kind of think about, like, when somebody settled in this town, when this town was first created, what would they have named it? You know, Riverdale is, you know, it's Dale, I'm pretty sure, is some sort of ancient word that means, you know, city or village, and so it's just a village next to a river. And it's, because a lot of city names are, like, you know, because a lot of cities in present day are things like Chicago and New York, and they don't sound like Rivertown or something like that. Like, they're not quite as obvious. It feels like selecting a name is a lot harder than it should be, but depending on, like, your environments and whatever, it doesn't need to be super complicated. It can just be, like, Rivertown. But I would think about maybe, like, who settled in that town and what would they have called it to refer to it to somebody else, you know? So somebody asks them, oh, where did you get all those fish from? And you would say, oh, you know, I got it from the town near the river. Rivertown. There you go. That's the name. You know. Leafton, but that sounds like a small town. Yeah. So Dale means valley. There you go. And now I know. A lot of cities these days, I believe, started as someone's last name. That could be true also. I don't really know too much about how modern cities got their names, to be honest. Or, alternatively, you could just do what I do, and if you can't think of anything, go online and look up a city name generator and just take some, because I've done that too. There's a couple cities that, like, I was running out of ideas of names to call things, so I just kept refreshing a city name generator until I either found one that fit what I wanted it for, or it gave me an idea for something, you know, because a couple of the city names for the Jadoa I actually came up with because I was using the name generator and found something that maybe wasn't perfect, but it was, like, enough that I went, oh, but I could call it this instead, you know, and it fit better. The town I'm from is a last name of my stepdad's great-great-grandmother. There you go. A lot of older cities on the East Coast are named after people. One should be named Axolotl, yes. So that's the other thing you could do if you have an important person in your world, like if there's, like, maybe a chief from long ago who was really important. Maybe he was or she was the first person in that culture to settle in a particular area, you know, conquered that area, name the city after them. And you can tack a word on it, like, you know, you could tack on, like, a town or city, you know, Alvarian City or Alvarian Town, but sometimes you can just leave it as Alvaria, and that's the name of the town. Or the city or whatever. I'm trying to look up my map, because I actually have, like, capital city names, or, like region names for all these guys. I thought I named them. Oh, I did. I didn't save out the new version for some reason. Yeah, Manthea, Kurinzar, Aishiasha, Reirigi is the Jadoan name for Suncliff Haven, and then Isenia. So, like, the humans, their capital city is literally just called Manthea. You just take the N off the end of their name, and that's their city name. It doesn't have to be complicated. No, it's not complicated, but it feels complicated, so it's really, you have to kind of think about it. There's a little bit of thought that has to go into it, a little bit of pre-planning. I didn't come up with names for my my towns and stuff for a long time. It took me a little while to get to that phase. And it took a lot of throwing words into my language cipher in order to get words that I liked. I don't actually remember what current problem, because I feel like I should know what that means, but I don't remember what the word is. But I don't think I've quite solidified, like, the Noldaru language yet, because I haven't even decided what the Noldaru are all about, so... Welcome, Lord! My country's capital is named after a location plus the main profession practiced there. Hey, there you go. Unans. Or you can just slam your fist on the keyboard and add some vowels. Or you could do that. That is also a way to do the thing. Well, that's like if you grab the lorem ipsum, you could grab the lorem ipsum text out of, like, Microsoft Word or something and just pick a couple words out of that. I've heard of people doing that, too. Grab a couple of Latin words and, like, alter them, especially if Latin doesn't fit your culture, but I just realized I didn't put any shadows on the ground. You could always, like, grab a word you maybe like most of it, and then switch out the letters you want. Your city name sucks unless I got the red squiggle in Microsoft Word. Yes. That's the mark of a true, good word. If you have to teach your computer that that word is now a word, you've done a good. Like Carl. What's fun for me is creating a language. I knew the English name for the city of Magi and then translated it to the desert tribal language that became Halthu Latu, or City of the God People. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm so bad at just real life languages that I didn't even bother trying to create my own language for these guys. I actually used a cipher I found online that's now gone, as far as I can tell, but I had the foresight to save the website to my desktop, so you can totally use it in offline mode. You literally just type in letters that have, like a particular sound that you want. Have I ever showed that website thing to you guys? I know I posted it in the, I know I posted it, but I don't remember if I actually, like, I put it in the resources, but I'll show it to you guys real quick. You just open the HTML file and it brings up this webpage, and then you can type whatever you want in this box. And it translates it using the text in the top box. So it's not a real language, but it looks like a real language. So like if I go in my Jadoa sheet here, and somewhere in here I have a cipher. Yeah, so this big giant block of text right here, this nice beautiful block of text, it has letters and combinations of letters that I wanted my language to have. And then I put some real words in there that had like sounds like ch in it that I liked. So when you click that, it makes it into a language that uses certain patterns of letters out of the top spot. And then what I did was there were certain, so the thing that's weird about the cipher is that, like, if you take out too many letters, it starts to repeat too many words, and then your words stop being unique, and that makes it hard. So you want to have like a pretty solid block of model text. Like, you want to put a lot of stuff in the model text section. But like taking out certain letters that are not in their language, so like I think somewhere in here there's a J or like a Q in here somewhere. They don't have a Q. So, but taking the Q out makes these words look really stupid. They don't come out the same way. So I actually made myself a whole little set of rules for switching the language over. So if any of these letters show up, I make one of these alterations depending, and that helps me keep the language with the look and the sound I want it to have while not having to change the cipher. It's very confusing. My naming and language orders have to be tied into the potential for the Drukshallans and Brillian's ability to shape certain words due to lack of certain traits like lips. They can't use W, for example. So I actually gave the Jadoa a character for the sound because it's a sound that you could make by just closing your mouth a little bit. You don't really have to use your lips. It's not a full W, but it's sort of like a big puff of air. I changed a lot of their language to be phonetic, so these are their letters. And then they have an O and an U. They have a, you know, an A and an E. So the way I really want to name things is how I think my species would pronounce things, that their mouths have to move a certain, they can't say certain letters. For Jadoa, I have it that if they are speaking a language, like another language, like if they're mimicking a language and somebody uses a letter, like if they have to use a sound that they're not used to making or they can't make with their beaks, they can mimic it like a parrot, but it comes out with that little parrot like crackle. So like the closest thing to a Jadoan accent is when a Jadoa is trying to pronounce a letter that they can't normally pronounce, and then they make like a funny like horse squawking sound instead. But their like native language doesn't include those characters because it was hard for them to make those sounds, so they just didn't. All the world building I've done is just alt history, so I never invent my own names. Yeah, I mean, that's a good place to start, too. What kind of alternate history stuff have you done? Yeah, with the umlauts and stuff on them, yeah. I never remember how to make those characters on my, I never remember how to make those characters on my keyboard, so I was just phonetically spelling them. There was that one night we were working on, I was building the language on stream. I was building the alphabet and adjusting it. Mostly because I lost the original file for the alphabet. And I also needed a new one because I needed to add letters. I ended up actually losing the file for the original alphabet, so that was unfortunate. But it was a good thing I didn't need it anymore because I made the other one. So yeah, making a language that doesn't use certain letters makes a lot of sense for birds. Like, birds wouldn't make a B, so your bird species probably wouldn't use B in their city names because B is not a letter that a bird can pronounce normally. I think I read somewhere that B and... There's 2 letters that are like the hardest letters for a parrot to pronounce. I think it's B and F, maybe? I want to say it's B and F. They can do P, but it's very hard. But B is almost unheard of. Oh, I said you were hoping to avoid letters that, you know, so your birds could, your bird people, that for their language. And I was saying that, yeah, having them name stuff with letters that, having your birds naming stuff with letters that they can actually say makes a lot of sense. That's all I was saying. I wrote an old history where World War II descended into trench warfare until the mid-50s, where the major nations ended up nuking each other to oblivion, though a bunch of smaller neutral countries rose to the empires by the 70s. Oh, interesting. I've never really done any kind of alternate history kind of thing, so that's kind of cool. I've never actually really seen anybody do that. Kind of a unique little project. Seems like kind of fun to be interested, to kind of, you know, think about how things would have gone differently. And M, anything involving your lips, yeah. That's why I changed the Jadoa's language to use phonetics instead of just straight up letters, because then I could just I could add some more characters to their language without having to think about it too much. Just to make the distinction between sounds they can make and sounds they can't. Supposed to be for bird languages. Yeah, bird languages are interesting because they can't use certain letters, but the thing that's interesting about birds is that, like, they have that, like, organ in their throat. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but, like, that's how they mimic speech, is because of a, you know, a certain part of their windpipe allows them to mimic sounds. And they're very good at it for some reason, but, you know, so they, like, Jadoa, for example, can mimic other sounds, and so they can learn other languages, and they're very good at learning other languages, but they're a little bit, slow on the, like pronunciation, I guess. You know, it takes them a little bit to get pronunciation right on certain languages. I imagine they would just kind of, like I said, I imagine they would kind of just squawk when a sound comes by that they can't really do, and it would come out kind of garbled. But Jadoa pick up the accent of whoever taught them to speak the language that they're trying to speak, so, like, a Jadoa could flip accents really, really fast if, you know, they were taught by multiple people, or if they picked up words throughout their travels, like, they might pick up multiple accents, and so they could be speaking a sentence with, like, 4 different accents. Just switching on each word depending on... I have to have somebody... I gotta find maybe somebody who can do some voice acting for me, because, like... that would be, like, the challenge of a lifetime. Like, how do Jadoa sound? I picture them sounding very awkward and just, like, screechy. Can't pronounce CH in Old English. It comes out as a sh. And J is pronounced like a Y, so I always messed that up. Ah, Swedish. Gotcha. That were Crow for the idea for... No, Crow... No, Dire Crow's D&D characters were or mine. Or they're not related. They're not really the same bird species either. Hey, Retna, what's going on? Yeah, I'm down to help anybody with language if, you know, I'm not good at it, but... I'm certainly not the best person to come to for language, but I've got some ideas if you want to borrow some ideas. Certainly, I'm far from the first person to do a language for birds that doesn't use certain letters. You know, I am sure somebody else has done that in the past, or designed a language that can't use certain letters. Like, I'm sure that I am not the first person to have done that, so, you know, if that's something you guys want to do with a species, you know, maybe you have a species of lizard people that don't have lips at all, and so they can't say letters either, you know. Started working, so I haven't been on Twitch much. Ah, that explains why I haven't seen you around. How's that going? And the idea that a bird tries to say something he heard from someone? Wait, sorry. It wasn't that amazing, and my players translated it after 2 weeks. I wish I just straight up made my own language, to be honest. I'm just not that good at real-world languages, so I didn't even want to bother trying with a fake language, because, like, I can't even learn Spanish. So why do I even think I have a vague chance at building my own language? You know, like, that's just not gonna happen, so I'm just not even gonna waste my time, and I'm just gonna use the stupid cipher thing, and it'll be close enough. It doesn't need to be fancy. In the idea that the bird's trying to say something he heard from someone, Crow's D&D character. Oh, that one. No, that's not related. I think that's sort of a trait of just, that D&D species in general. I think that's just something that they do. I don't remember what those are called. I don't know what that species is called. But I remember who you're talking about now. I forgot who you're talking about. No one will ever be able to translate it if it's Finnish. You know, I just realized I made gas. Screwed that up. Okay, we got a detour real quick, because I definitely messed something up sort of major. These fruit here are supposed to be small. We're gonna derail for just a second and make these little guys teeny. Suck. Do it anyway. Might just shrink them and then slide them up. I was adjusting, like, windows and stuff earlier, too, because one of the windows on top of this building is, like, fucking massive. I love the random celery among the alien fruit. Yep. My vague celery, because I didn't really have time to, like, create food, so I just was like, celery? Yep. Vague leaf plant? I think they're Kenku? Yeah, maybe Kenku. It's like a not safe for work image I saw with a bunch of dicks and there was a random carrot. That's that's pretty amazing. Not safe for work images like that, I would laugh. Good sense of humor. Possible cinemas. No, I don't think it is. I don't know much about Discord, but... I mean, there's text-to-speech, but I disabled that because it scared the absolute Christ out of me that one time, so I just disabled it. Pretty sure my soul just left my body that day, so... It was so funny. Oh my god, that was hilarious. I know you felt bad, but I was like, at first it scared the shit out of me, and then I just started laughing. Like, I was standing there just making dinner, trying really hard not, like, I was just about to, like, fall over after. So good. But also gave me a good enough reason to just remove it. Asking the pronunciation of Cargians or Cargians. I mean, it's... I mean, it just, it seems like it's just where you put the stress on the word. I would pronounce it Cargians, personally. Like, when I look at it, I see the, I just see Cargians. Like, I see the E. But I think it's up to you, whichever one you like better. That's a better size. Now I just gotta adjust ones in the front here. Reminds me of how we kept telling this one guy to go to bed in group chat, and after he did, I DM'd him to tell him goodnight, and my message woke him up. Oh no. Yep. Been there. Hey, Charmander, what's going on? Welcome. I'm fixing a thing that I messed up. Cargians? Yeah, that's how I was pronouncing it. To me, it kind of seems like your two different pronunciations are just on where you put the stress on the Ian's part. Cargians. Oh, you called your thing gay. Oh, that's fine. It was that joke. Wow, I'm so offended. So offended by your joke. Unsubbed. What am I doing? What's happening down here? Right, this large fruit here needs to go. Really? Oh! Retna, thanks for the bits. You get to be the #1 bit. You're Smitty and Werber Jagerman Jensen. He was #1. My feelings. That's true. You could actually pronounce the GEI as a gay sound, like an eh. But that's actually not. That's an option if you want to go that way. Box of So mad about this piece. So done with it. I want to be done with this one and never look at it again. Now I'm derailing because I drew these fruit too big. I didn't want to do the work before, so I didn't. I like the original pronunciation better though. The E sound, I think I like that better, but yeah, like geisha, yeah. Yeah, this group is super chill. You guys are awesome. You guys okay? What's happening? Get to see us get into debates about anything serious. I try to dissuade it as much as possible. Like, I have my own opinion, you know, like anybody, I have opinions on, like, political stuff, but I try not to talk about it, because it's not something, like... I know it's something we'll all just end up getting in a fight about, and I'm not interested in that, so... I generally try to discourage any kind of, like, political topics. But I imagine we're all pretty much on the same page as far as politics goes, just because of the type of people that are in the group, but, you know, just to be safe, you know, that's sort of like an off-topic thing, and I think that helps cut down on angry discussions, but also, like, you guys just in general are not, you know, nobody here is, like, the kind of person that wants to pick a fight with anybody or would, like, accidentally pick a fight with somebody, so as far as I've experienced with this cool little group is just that, like, you know, we're not fighting, because we're all just cool people who don't like to fight other people. I feel like I think all of us just collectively have too much anxiety to fight one another. I think that's really what it is. I think we're all too anxious, and, like, if we say something that insults somebody else and they get, like, offended, we would just immediately be like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Just immediate panic. We're all gay here. Nah, no. Charmander. Charmander. Make me laugh, my friend. But yeah. I think this group is too anxious for fighting. That's my official diagnosis. Prognosis? Fuck. I tried to use words, guys. It didn't really go well. It didn't work out. Alright, let's fix these goddamn fruits so I can go back to what I was doing. I'm so mad about it. Yep. I can't believe I didn't even notice, because this is, like, the fruit. Like, this is the only fruit that I have any art of that, like, is a thing. I've been drawing this particular fruit on everything for the Jadoa, and I know it's supposed to fit in the palm of your hand, and I don't know why I drew it so fucking big. And I'm mad at myself for it. Because there was no reason for me to draw them the size of watermelons when I knew that they were small. Yeah. Everyone makes mistakes, including me. I am not a perfect. I wish I was a perfect, but I am not. Actually, I don't even know if I wish I was perfect, because being perfect would be pretty fucking boring. Like, if you were just the best ever at everything, that would suck. I just want to be a good. That's what I want. Just a good. I didn't put any spots on the top for it. Yep. Jumbo variety, special sale, only half your monthly income. Beg for food. It'd suck if you have nothing to improve on. Yep. Always gotta get better. There's always gotta be something. Something you could do better. Missed a spot. It's a good time for that pun. Where did I miss a spot? Show me the way. I'm pretty sure that's something you guys can actually do with the bot. I think you guys can make quotes. I don't know how it works, though. But if any of you guys know how it works, feel free to create quotes or whatever. Oh, that one. Need to get a hot mixtape from a sexy DJ Doggo Dude BRB. Oh! Interesting. GMO fruits the size of watermelons. Yes. Is there a donate button? I want a meme. Is there a donate button? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't actually know. See you later. Glad you could hang out for a while. Talk some world building with us. See you around tomorrow, I guess. Have a good night. Alright. Feel better about that. Let me just fix the line art on these boxes and then we'll go back to shading. Is there a PayPal change jar thing? Is there? I don't really have a tip jar. I actually thought about making a tip jar, though. But I don't have one. Like, I thought about making one just because it would be cute. There are bits, but I got about like $10 worth and just no. Yeah. I think Stream Labels lets me do it, but I haven't really ever looked into it because I didn't really have any need to put a tip jar in, but I was kind of thinking about doing it just to do it. I think Stream Labels can do it. I was actually thinking it'd be really cute to like put like a little axolotl, like, you know, like in the corner down like here or something. That it would just be like, you know, a little, I don't know, a little character in the lower corner that, you know, like maybe put like a little animated Steve in the corner there that just like was sitting next to a jar and he would get excited anytime somebody threw a jar. Like, I don't know how the tip jar works. It'd be even better if you could just feed the axolotl, but I don't think that's how the tip jar works. I think stuff just falls into the jar. How are your strokes so accurate when I draw them? I have to redo them several times. Yes. Well, to be fair, I'm also, well, two reasons. One, I'm redrawing over old lines, trying to thicken them up. So first of all, that. Second of all, I have a touchscreen. I have a Cintiq, so Cintiq helps immensely. Having a Cintiq makes this infinitely easier. Not that you can't do things without a Cintiq, but just it is infinitely easier to have a touchscreen laptop or a touchscreen tablet. If you already have a touchscreen tablet, then I don't fucking know. I feel like I should make these like celery things a different color, like something, or like red, just so they're not like straight up celery. Meaning to talk to Kick His Slider for weeks, but I always forget it's on Sunday. Oh, you're playing Animal Crossing? I have a $20 touch tablet, but it doesn't have its own screen. Gotcha. Any tablet will do, but I shelled out for a Cintiq because I wanted one. I got one I have one at work, and I like it a lot, so I decided I wanted one for at home, too. So, I actually bought it on eBay, though. I bought it on eBay for, like, a fraction of the price it would have been buying it straight from Wacom, and it was in really good condition, so. Blue? Want me to do a blue? Blue's not really, like, a natural color, though. It's not like a color that appears in nature super often. Although I think I might have some, like, I mean, there's blue. Maybe I could color it like a blueberry. Jackbox tonight. Yes. We're gonna do Jackbox at I guess let's say 10. 10 o'clock. We'll switch over to Jackbox. We'll get some ground shadows in here, and then it'll look beautiful. Ground shadows on the back layer, so. Intuos tablets are awesome, to be honest. They're so good. I still have my previous, previous tablet, the Cintiq, or it's not a Cintiq, Intuos Pro, and I thought about doing, like, a giveaway to give it to you guys, but it's actually, the charge port's busted, and so it doesn't, like, the wireless doesn't charge, and the, you can't plug the tablet in to charge it, so you have to take the battery out of it and put it in a battery, like, you have to put it in a cell phone battery charger and, like, plug it into your wall every night, or else the tablet just runs out of juice. And it was really frustrating for me, so I still have it. Like, I wanted to sell it or, like, do a giveaway with it just because I don't need it, but, like, kind of busted. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know how to fix it. Had this tablet for 6 years now. It's been back and forth across nation a couple times and still going strong. That's incredible, honestly. My tablets always give out after, like, a year. Or 2. No, my tablets are always... I'm always switching tablets out. I actually still have the tablet I had before that, too. I have all my tablets still, but that one's actually, like, legit broken. I don't know why I still have it. Because I was hoping I could give it to somebody who could, refurbish it or something and figure out why it doesn't work, but... or it's busted, so... probably just throw it out. Taking up a space in my closet that I could be, like, putting literally anything else in. Okay, booth number 2, shaded. You should DM me the single piece of art you've ever made. That would be awesome. Anybody can do an art. Alright. You have a good night. Go get some well-deserved rest. See you around later. I'm actually so excited to see you tomorrow. I got up early to go to work today, because reasons, and I just... go sleep tomorrow, like a whole bunch. Catch up on all that sleep. I know you can't really catch up on sleep, but still. Actually finish the area and then I'll go up to the top. The backdrop should, like, the background layer should go a lot faster because it's not going to have very much detail, so hopefully it should go a little bit quicker. Yo, I don't know what's going on with the temperature in my house, but it's so fucking hot there. I think we'll go on to Veos after this. I have 2 more pages to do for these guys, and I think I'm just gonna be able to reuse all the art from the other ones, so hopefully we can get off the like I love my birds. I do. I love my little bird guys, but it's time. It's time to be done with Jadoa, I think. I think Jadoa have overstayed their welcome a little bit. I'm a little tired of drawing them. I don't have much else to talk about with them because we've mostly figured out all the things that like I was concerned about with them, so excited to get this finished up so that we can not work on do more of your snakes. Yeah, I think snakes will be next. I think the Veos are next. Their sheet's almost finished anyway, so you know we're about at that point that it's time to start thinking about the next thing. So next for world buildings, I think. Veos. I gotta think of like what colors I want to use for their sheet though. Sent my art. Good, I'll look. All art is art, not fear. I actually have art on one of my old, well, it's gone now. I had, though, for a long time. I had art on my computer that I took to school with me when I was in high school. It was a touchscreen HP laptop that I was using for, like, art stuff, and, it didn't have pressure sensitivity, so I had to kind of finagle it a little bit, but, like, I let people draw on that tablet when I was at school sometimes, like, during a study hall or something. I'd let people, like, quick doodle something, and I kept everybody's doodles. Hated everyone, but, you know, they tried. I'm interested to learn more about your other races. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to get to the other races and develop them more. Because the thing is before I started streaming world building, the Jadoa were kind of one way, and the more I talked to you guys about it, and the more, like, questions you asked, the more fleshed out they became. And they haven't changed significantly since I started streaming, but they have changed enough that it's noticeable. And I think they're a lot more refined now because you guys have helped me, so, like, I'm excited to go on to the rest of the races and see what other crazy questions you're gonna ask me, and you know, what else is gonna change about my other races for the better, you know, based on what questions you guys are asking me. I'm really excited. I gotta think about Ascenians a little bit more. I think I pretty much have the Ascenians figured out, but I kind of want to think about it a little bit just to make sure I've got, you know, what I want for them, and that I've kind of got a better grasp on their thing. Noldaru, I have no fucking idea. So stuck on them. So torn. And Mantheans, I kind of have a vague idea, but I'm interested to see how far I get into their species, you know, writing out their information before I get stuck on them being just like... Humans are gonna be interesting because, you know, most people are just like, and these are the humans. You know, and everybody goes, oh yeah, those are the humans, and you just kind of fill in there, but... I don't know what to do with the giant cat people. That's kind of my biggest, that's the one that I'm most scared to work on at the moment, is the big cat people, because I have no idea what I want to do with them now. And I really gotta do some research into some cultures and kind of think about what it is I want to do with them. Because the thing is anytime you look at anybody's, like, characters that are, like, you know, winter themed, like, they're, like, northern themed, so, like, you know, your dwarves and your, like, you know, Norn and, you know, whatever, they're always, like, Viking or, like, Norse themed. And it's just, like, I don't want to copy that. I don't want to be another person that has a Norse species, you know? Because everybody does that when they do winter creatures. And like it works for some people, and I think it could work for me too, but I don't know. I feel weird about just straight up copying that. Based on the Sami people? Sami? I'll look it up. Oh, they're cool. A little bit, I like all the colors in their clothing and stuff. I seriously think a cuddly Inuit kitty race would be fluffy and intriguing. I think I'm gonna try to definitely work more, like, lazy into their personality, because originally they were just, like, these big, ginormous, badass beasts, but I kind of think it would be kind of fun to flip the size on its head a little bit. So, like, maybe the legends about the, you know, the stories about the Noldaru is that they're these big, giant, fierce warriors that are scary, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, they're such great fighters, but it turns out Noldaru are actually just giant fucking idiots, and they just want to hug you. Like, not so warm and fuzzy as the Jadoa, but, like, they're just big and lazy and just, you know, I don't know, just comfy. I agree. I think big fuzzy kitty creatures could be interesting. Nomadic reindeer herders in northern Scandinavia. Gotcha. I think I want the Noldaru to all live, like, I think I want them to have cities and stuff. I don't think I want them to be nomadic, but I definitely like this culture's, like, clothing style, so I might incorporate some of that color in. Because I don't want everything to be just, like, classic Norse. I kind of think maybe big lazy cat people would be cool, because then it's kind of the opposite of what you would think of when you see a race that's that big. You know, that you know, gentle giants kind of thing. It would kind of balance them out a little bit too, because if they were huge and good fighters, you know. Yeah, like a centaur version of Clawhauser, exactly. The fluffy snow centaur version of Clawhauser. Yeah, but yeah, maybe kind of like that would be fun, you know, where they're a little bit more chill. Literally. Pun not intended, but I will take it. I did not mean to make the chill pun, but I'm going with it. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that's how I'll flip it a little bit, and then I'll grab some other, like, art styles. Sami and I don't know, maybe throw some Russian in there or something. Because I definitely don't want it to just be like everything. But that's not. I got some ideas. Yeah, you guys are awesome. What happens? Of course, all the dog lovers out there are probably someday gonna be like, why are there no dog species? Why aren't there dog centaurs? 10 o'clock. Cats are better than dogs. I like cats better personally, but dogs are. I want to create a dog race, okay? I'm sorry. Not because I hate dogs. I just want to make a dog race. I'm also still trying to consider how many, like, scary elements I want to actually put in my world, because I haven't decided on the age range for it yet, so it's like, I want to put all this kind of scary stuff in it, but also, is that really necessary? I had all kind of, like, monsters and stuff in the original version of Lore Handel, like mutants and, like, crazy disease stuff, and I kind of stripped a lot of it out for now. Like, not that it's permanently removed, but just, like, kind of not sure if I want to leave that kind of stuff in. What's Jackbox? Jackbox is a series of party games that you can play on your mobile devices and on your web browser. So on Saturday nights at, like, you know, about halfway through, I'm going to do a little bit less than halfway through just because I'm kind of on a roll on this and I'm a little tired, but basically we switch over to games and then everybody in the chat just plays games together. It's free for everybody except for the person who purchased the game. So I bought the Jackbox party pack, so I have all the mini games. I have every single party game we could possibly get, and then you guys just link up. You know, it basically gives you a room code. And you guys all grab the room code and and go onto the website, and you can just play games with me. And you don't even have to buy a thing. You can hang out. Ooh, fun. Yeah, you have some time to play. Yeah, we'll switch over at 10 o'clock and then we'll show you how to play, because it's pretty fun. Even if we get you in for, like, one round of a game. Speaking of which, pretty much all the subs were not here tonight, so what do you guys want to play? The subs gave up, for the most part, it seemed. It seemed like a lot of the subs gave up their vote for this time. Oh, Nezaruk's here. I didn't even see you. What time zone? I'm Central Time Zone, America Central. So, well, it's always America. So I'm in Central Time Zone, the Central Time Zone. Nezaruk, what do you want to play on Jackbox tonight? It's you. So, yeah, so I'm Central, so it's about 9:30 here. Just barely arrived. What's there to play? Let me grab you the list. Fiddles, yeah, I remember you. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, there you go. So anybody in the chat who's a sub, or if you're not a sub, you guys can look through that list and decide which game sounds interesting. You guys, I have all of them, so you guys can pick whatever you want to play. I have an interest in the murdery game. The murder trivia party game is actually really fun, and if you guys are up for pretty much anything, I think we should do that, because the murder trivia game is really fun. Or if you're talking about, very much a sub, you do not have a tower next to your name. I'm sorry. But I know what you meant. I see you. I see your joke. I got you. I got you. Subs as in subscribers. Not that kind of sub. Different. I got you though. Watching you. Subscribers who want to play get first pick, and then after that we kind of divvy up just anybody else. You know, chat has a preference otherwise. That shit. Wood. That's how shadows work. Murdia trivia is always entertaining. That's a good one. Hutch's chicken breast sub. That's right, you're a literal sandwich. So many different versions of sub. let's do Trivia Murder Party then. That one's really fun, and the narrator's hysterical. So we'll do Trivia Murder Party. We were doing Monster Seeking Monster last time, and that one was really fun, but we've also done that one a lot, so we'll switch it up and do something else. Quick. Don't know if this is going to work the way, but find out. Testing a thing. How Artsy tests shadows. A real big bro. The Trivia Murder Party's fun because you can still win even if you don't know anything. Which is nice because I'm really bad at trivia games usually. Yeah, if you just want to hang out and watch and see how it goes and then, hop in. Okay, now we just gotta grab background here. Let's go ahead and do all the ground shadows real quick. So your friend could always come play stuff with us. No, say seriously, go play with your friend too. Dan. My light source is sort of a vague this way direction, so So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting in like all the ground shadows for right now, and then currently they're standing on nothing, sort of floating, and I actually forgot to draw them in earlier, so we'll just get those down. Across from the car from above. Actually, shadow 2. That's the one I wanted. technically it could go underneath it. I'm trying to think about like where that shadow would actually fall. I guess it makes sense that area is just darker. Okay, let's turn that blue splotch in. I keep forgetting that you have the sandwich emote, and it makes me laugh every time I see it. Check that out, ground shadows, yeah. Alright. That's not even a setting, so we're delicious and nutritious, tastes like chicken. Okay, hey, check it out, guys. Ground shadows. They're not floating in the air anymore. 15 minutes. We're almost there, you guys. I also hit the save button, so it's gonna take, like, a hot sec to... Your favorite emote? Yeah, that emote's actually by, a Twitch streamer called Ivy. The link to her channel's down in the tags under the video if you're curious about the rest of her artwork. I actually commissioned her to do all of our emotes at one point, but you guys liked my versions better, so I basically used my versions of the axolotl and then used her version of the sandwich. You know, we're gonna get getting a commission at all. Well, that's good. I would hope you didn't have regret. Turn off all these background layers, though. Just, in. There we go. Alright. Think that should be fine? I'll probably start working on them next week on stream, or maybe even tomorrow night. Happening. So I'm gonna get started on them sooner rather than later, but wanted to take a little break from commissions tonight and just on this. But yeah, I'm excited to work on your guys' stuff. I've got some cool ones lined up this time around, so I'm really excited to work on them. So the excitement is mutual. I don't think I've ever really been like I don't think I've ever had a time when somebody commissioned me for something and I was bored. You know? Like, everybody who's ever commissioned me has such cool ideas or neat characters that are fun to work with, and that's been really nice. You guys keep me busy. I like it. Good. Ah, yes, it's my jam. Oh, actually, speaking of this song being your jam, I actually have to download that program that Shootsie gave me and see if I can readjust the playlist, because I know some people were saying that the audio levels or like the volume levels are all over the place on these, and I totally get that. So I will go through our playlist and adjust all the volumes so that they're all equal, and then hopefully that will fix that problem. That happened, but alright. Okie dokie. Go have fun making food. Get back on multiply and turn the line back on. I should beat this game last night. I don't know if you saw me complaining about it to Dyer. I did. I was laughing, because you're so right. I liked it a lot. The ending is a little bit ambiguous and it's sort of frustrating, but there's definitely some elements that are, I can see why people like them. I like the game a lot, though. Really cool art style, and the controls were just hard enough that they felt, to me, being somebody who's not good at video games, they felt just challenging enough to be, like, they were just hard enough to be challenging, but not so much that I wanted to throw the game away and not play it anymore, you know? I think Ori and the Blind Forest got a really good, level of, like, you know, enough frustration to warrant having a death counter, but not having so much frustration that your player doesn't want to play it anymore. In my unprofessional opinion, that is how I felt about the game. I just like. But all the things you were talking about, I totally agreed with. Like, that you know, the impact of the beginning is a little bit dampened. You know, I don't think it ruins it, but it certainly is not as impactful, I would say. How did you like it, though? I mean, I saw your rant, but, you know, did you like it? My hands were hurting from gripping the controller so far during those last two chase sequences. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, the game gets intense. There was such a thrill to getting it right, though. It was kind of the way I described the Undertale boss battles, actually, where, like, Undertale, the regular, like, pacifist story, it's interesting and you want to keep playing because you want to know what happens next. And you're really invested in the story and learning the characters and everything. But in the Genocide run, you're invested in doing it because you want to win. You know, you feel that in your heart of hearts that you can do it, and it's an actual, like, game style challenge. Aw, you didn't get to be an RA? Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. An 8 out of 10. Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. I think I would probably rate it an 8 out of 10 too. I don't really have, like, a rating system. Like, I don't really have a personal rating system for, like, games and stuff. I just sort of go by whether or not I enjoyed it or not. Movies I do based on if I would watch it or not. Like if I would watch it again, you know? Like, I could name, like, a half dozen movies that I liked but wouldn't go see again, you know? Like, for example, you know, a really good example of that is a friend from work and I went to see the My Little Pony movie. whatever the most recent one was. And it was really good. It was a cute movie. It killed a couple hours. It was, some of the music was fun. It was a really well put together movie. Would I buy it and as a DVD and watch it again? Would I go out of my way to purchase it? No. But did I enjoy it for a couple hours on a Saturday? Yeah, it was fun. That's kind of how I rate movies. Like, I rate my movies based on would I watch it again. So, since we watched it together on stream, Your Name, I liked it a lot. I don't know that I would watch it again on my own. Like, if I had a friend who was like, oh, I've never seen that movie, I would be like, oh, we should watch it. I think you would like it and we should watch it. But I don't think I would just actively go out of my way to just watch the movie. And it's not that, kind of the same way for, I could watch How to Train Your Dragon 100 times and not get bored of it. That movie is so cute. But, Your Name was really good, but I don't know why I would watch it again unless somebody actively was like, hey, you want to watch this movie with me, So it's good, but not, a favorite, I guess, if that makes sense. That doesn't mean I hate it. The controls were really good and bad at the same time. The movement's really good, but it can also get really finicky in an instant. Binding the stomp ability to the down arrow stick was the worst decision ever. I still probably try to 100% the game, though. Yeah. We bought Ragnarok today, and it was so good. I loved Ragnarok. I will not pretend like there is nothing wrong with that movie and that it's the most perfect thing that ever existed, because I know that there's flaws with the story and whatever, but that was just such a fun movie. It was just awesome. It just had such good humor. I think it was a really cool next step for Thor. Somebody at my work was so upset about Thor being a comedy that he actually walked out of the movie, and I was like, come on, Thor was made by, I don't know, it was made by nerdy kids in the 70s. Thor's gotta get a little weird at some point. And it fits his character, that, he likes humans, and he's now interested in humans, and so he gets a little bit memey, and, he becomes a little bit of a meme king, and I think that fits him, because he's a god trying to hang out with humans. Have you ever seen a dad try to hang out with kids? Hip youngins? I just think of that one meme that's who's the actor? He's wearing the skater outfit, and he's like, hello, my fellow young people. That's Thor. Thor is the hello, fellow young people. You're playing Subnautica? That's a good game. Wouldn't watching the My Little Pony movie also be kind of scoping out the competition for your work? I guess a little bit, yeah. I mean, it certainly gave me, it certainly gives you ideas on what's going on in the industry a little bit, and, what kind of choices they're making design-wise. So, yeah, certainly. It was just a good movie in general. Oh. I'm a hip youngin'. Pasta, stove, wake me up in 10 minutes. Alright. I'll just scream into the microphone really loud, and then you'll know it's time. Oh, guys, we're almost done. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's trying so hard. Save, please. Got a ghost message while chasing a glowing peeper. Yes! Yeah, it's a multi-eyed, thing, and it's what are you? And then disappears. That happened on I think, it was our last episode, our last playthrough, which I still have to make a title card for that and export it. But, yeah, that, ghost, I was actually transferring our base over to a new location, and I was pulling everything out of the scanner room that was just floating, and, it happened while I was in the dark in the empty base that didn't have any power in it. And it was excuse me, I am doing a thing. You need to not. It was so good, though. The timing with the glowing peeper was funny? Yeah. Well, and for me, the timing was funny because I got it when I was in a dark room with no power. I saw the eyes, and I was like, oh, what are these dots? that are happening on the wall here, and then all of a sudden it was like a face, and I actually like backed up into a wall, I'm pretty sure. Like, I was out. I was like, no, nope. Sitting here knowing exactly what it is. Yup. Yeah, Nugget knows the secrets. I want to play more of that game so bad, to be honest. Like, so much. I have to know. I have to know what happens. 3 minutes to 10 o'clock. I'm not gonna have time to finish it. Oh, God. I'll have to finish it tomorrow. Subnautica is really cool because it's got all that like lore in the back, and you can actually like stop and read stuff about every single thing pretty much. I think that's really cool. The only thing so far I have not liked about Subnautica, the one major flaw I think that game has is that it has this emphasis on the builder tool and building a base and the fact that you can craft a base. But the base builder tool is, like, the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, crafting a base and placing objects is the hardest thing I have ever done. That is maybe the one thing I don't like about Subnautica, and I really wish that they would have fixed that when they did the final release. I was kind of hoping when I came back to the game after, you know, not wanting to fall through floors anymore, I was really hoping they would fix that, and I was a little disappointed. You encountered your first Reaper Leviathan. They're pretty fucking huge, just in general, honestly. Like, they're a big monster. Oh, yeah. That totally makes sense, too. Like, that's fair. You'll probably want to avoid Monday and Wednesday streams then, because that's when I'm playing Subnautica, so any Monday or Wednesday stream is gonna be Subnautica. I'll make sure to tag the videos if you want, like the uploads if you want. So like when I post in the announcements page that I'm streaming, I'll make sure to tag it that it's Subnautica night. I usually do, but I'll like keep an eye on it and make extra sure that I do it. Just that it's so I figured out that I was having trouble with the scanner room because I was trying to stack the scanner room on things and it's not supposed to go there, so I figured out that that was me. But, like, it's hard to position the big rooms, just in general. I don't know. I just found it, like, working in a 3D space like that seems really finicky, and I feel like there should be an easier way to do it. Like, in, like how in Breath of the Wild, for example, how, like, if you're holding something with the magnet tool, the magnet rune or whatever it is, and, like, you can back up and walk forward and, like, you know, you moving moves the object, but then, like, if you go onto the D-pad, like, the directional buttons on the side there, you can actually pull the object or push the object. I feel like Subnautica needs something like that. Like, the ability to bring an object closer to you or further away from you without you actually having to back up. Because the problem is the objects in Subnautica are at a fixed position in front of you, and it's really hard to place them when you're having to, like, swim all over. I don't know. It's goofy. It doesn't work, you know, in an easy way. I don't think it's bad. It's... Excuse me, headset. Excuse me. I am doing something. I don't know. It's... I guess I exaggerate a little bit when I say it's the worst thing ever. Like, it's just... It's really hard to place, like, platforms and, like, rooms and just anything. It's just so hard to connect tunnels to stuff. And 25, yeah. I'm guessing you've tried watching other people play it, and that's, like, where you knew you were going to be scared of it, because what you could do is, if you want to come to a stream on like, Monday, I'm going to play it, if you just want to hang out with us on Monday. Yeah, even staying in the shallows is awesome. There's lots of cool stuff to see in the shallow areas. There's all kind of cool plants and stuff. Pirated the alpha once. It's a cool game. The alpha was derpy. What alpha isn't derpy? Markiplier's videos of it are really good. I just feel like they could have done a little more with the build tool to make it not as derpy as it is, I guess is what I'm saying. Because it's pretty derpy. You can figure it out, and I've gotten better at it now that I've used it for a little while, but it's still kind of derp. I really want to watch Vinesauce's playthroughs, but I also don't want to ruin anything for myself, so like I'm avoiding Markiplier and Vinesauce's videos. Like, I've only watched some of Markiplier's, and then I was like, I don't want to ruin it. So I'm gonna wait. They were talking about it before. They didn't know where they wanted to go with it at all when it was released in alpha and in early beta. Penny is good. His reaction to the Nintendo Direct was just perfect. His, like, vague screech. His noises make me laugh. The only time I've had trouble placing is if something was in the way. Yeah, but like, so like when I was trying to place the base, the new base, it took me like 5 minutes to find somewhere to just place a regular room. You weren't here that night, I don't think. You weren't there that, you weren't here that night, but I think I thought I was, speaking of Subnautica. Nope, that's Information Superhighway, never mind, I thought it was Subnautica. Had a bit of that Subnautica to it. Yeah, but like the other night when I was playing it, I was trying to build I was just trying to build a multi-purpose room. I wasn't trying to put it on a base, I wasn't trying to connect it to anything, I was just trying to put it down. And it took me like 5 minutes of swimming up and down in the shallows, just trying to find a spot where it would let me. And it was kind of dirt. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of that was me just being an idiot, but it seemed like maybe it shouldn't have been that difficult. I'm not saying that's like bad and that the game is horrible because of it, but it felt like it maybe shouldn't have been as difficult as it was, and it was probably just me, but I still like the game. It's still A+ game. Like, I still want to keep doing it. That aspect of the game is maybe the weakest point for me, and kind of like my feeling towards, like, when I was talking about the, and when I was ending Undertale, you know, it's like, if the worst part of the game is some of the mechanics, and even those are still pretty good, then it was a pretty good game, you know? Even if the weakest part of Subnautica for me is the derpy build tool, it's still a really good game, because, like, derpy build tool is like 9 out of 10. So, like, it's still an almost 10 out of 10 game, you know? Like, there are games with so many worse flaws than that. You watch his entire Breath of the Wild stream. I really want to watch his Breath of the Wild stuff. I actually didn't watch his Breath of the Wild stuff because I hadn't even started playing Breath of the Wild for myself, but now that I've started, I might watch a couple of his. I just didn't want to ruin too much of Breath of the Wild for myself before I actually, like, attempted it. The camera is still really stupid. Breath of the Wild. I'm getting used to it, and, like, I can maneuver a little bit better, but it's... Which... the Zelda camera, so I don't know what I expected. Legend of Zelda has bad camera angles. It's just, that's the way Breath of the Wild is. Anyone excited for Kirby Star Allies? Yeah, you know what? I'm not, like, I haven't played a Kirby game in a long time, but I love Kirby. A lot of Kirby's games recently have had, like, an emphasis on multiplayer, and I don't have to do it because I don't have friends. So, I haven't played a lot of the Kirby games lately, but Kirby's so... Okay, I know I said 10 o'clock for games, but, almost done with this guy. Would you guys be okay if I just finish this real quick? Because I've got literally highlights on the background, and then I'm gonna chuck textures on it, and then it's... So, like, maybe, like, 5 more minutes. And I'll just stay up a little late, you know, because you guys want to play too, and it's not all about whether or not I can stay up, it's about whether or not you guys can stay up too. I'll finish the highlights and junk later. Never mind. I take back my question. I just finish up this later. Got this one here. And I got this one here. One's here. I can get this finished. Be the happiest clam in the world. And I mentioned anything about that Yoshi game shown at E3. Oh! We are going to play Trivia Murder Party. That was what was decided by the chat. Because pretty much all of the subs give up their rights to vote. So, nobody wanted to vote because nobody was going to be here. So that's what we're playing. Unless you and Nezaruk have an objection to that. I think you guys are the only, and Arenis, the three of you are the only subs here. Oh, and Circling Nugget. Wow, there's a lot more subs here than I thought there were. Never mind, I'm gonna stop talking. I didn't realize how many subs were here. Jesus, you guys. I love you. I hit the save button, I can't do things. Okay, I'm just gonna save. I'll finish up the background highlights won't be very long, but I'll finish out that later. Might be able to get one round in before the raid. Okay. Yeah, let me switch the highlights on the foreground to overlay, and I'll save, and we'll switch over, and we'll just I'll finish this and post it to the Discord tonight sometime, so you guys can see it. Oh, it is on. Contrast layer just to make it a little bit brighter. That's where we're at, you guys. We're almost done. Nah, you know what? I want to finish it, but also I know some of you guys have places to go, and I know you want to play, so I'll finish it, and we'll get back to it. I'll get back to it and finish it tonight, like after the stream. I'll just take 5 minutes after the stream's over and finish it. Let me switch to Jackbox. I don't remember which one's Trivia Murder Party. Let me switch you guys over here. Trivia Murder Party is Party Pack. The floor is lava. That's awesome. Okay. Jackbox Party Pack 3 has been switched, I believe. Refresh the page, make sure that that is indeed what has happened. Not good. I am glad this works. Probably not gonna let me switch it because I'm on, Oh, nope, they did switch. Okay. Oh, awkward. I don't have it installed? Why? It'll take like 4 seconds to install. Why is it not installed? Disappeared for a bit because the RAs were playing a giant game of Floor is Lava. That's really cool. I know I just commented on it, but now I'm like thinking about it. Like, that's actually really cool. You guys are playing this big ginormous game of Floor is Lava. Well, I'll tell you what. While that is installing, because it's at 50%. By the time I figure out what layer I'm working on, this will be downloaded, so we'll just, I'm derping all over the place, don't mind me. And it's finished downloading. Alright, you guys, let's switch on over. That's gonna open me in... Jackbox, please. Jackbox, why are you like this? Alright, you guys ready for some Jackbox? Let's do it. Yeah, I know, I didn't mean for it to open. Sorry. I didn't expect the game to open in full screen. Okay, let's turn that down a little bit before I activate it. Some of those sounds were bathroom noises. Yep. Alright, how's that volume level for you guys? I'll adjust the volume if it's too loud or too silent. Just let me know. Because if you can't hear it, I will fix it. We voted on this one this time around, so I'll switch it up a little bit tonight. We're gonna play Trivia Murder Party. There's some creepy imagery at the beginning if you're bothered. So go to your web browser on a mobile device or anything like that. You go to jackbox.tv, and then you type in. Oh, thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Oh, Misfit Chiclet. What's going on? EB. I got to be the green one, yes. Yeah, so open a browser and go to jackbox.tv. It's barely creepy imagery, but it's a little bit, so if you're bothered by like worms and shit, keep that in mind. It's not that bad, but for anybody who is bothered by that kind of thing. You're the leader apparently, yep. Yeah, because you came in first. I forgot I have to open my own web browser. You're a shark thing. You are a shark thing. Nezaruk. Alright, we got Nezaruk Briar. Who else wants to play? We got 2 more spaces, so if anybody else wants to join in, you are more than welcome. It's the Rachel. Rachel's still here lurking. Good, good. Oh, thanks for the follow. You are a bag. You are just a bag. Got some delay again. Oh, man. This game streams real derpy sometimes, I noticed. Charmander, you wanna play? I think you're not in here if you wanna. I was just resizing the window. Yeah, it says, Sir Alpham, I'm gonna lose. Trivia is not my strong suit. This game doesn't rely on trivia all that much. Like, you need to be able to guess at the very least. It's all multiple choice though. Good stream. Thanks. Okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe I clicked it and reposted it. Maybe, I don't know. The Streamlabs thing is down here. All right. I would say go ahead and start the game. Then, if nobody else wants to join in. I might, yeah, maybe I hit the follow button, like the follow alert, and played it again. I don't know. I'll be quiet so you guys can hear the cool narrator deck. So sweet. Oh, Charmander, I forgot you can't. Next round, I'll grab the link for you. I forgot you need the link posted in chat.
Wake up! Welcome to Trivia Night, a slow descent into permanent madness. But there's trivia, games of skill, and lots of unnecessary violence. It's fun. I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a question wrong, you have to fight for your life in one of my super fun mini-games. If you do badly in the minigame, I'll kill you. But don't worry, Ghost can still win the game. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round where the living and dead compete to see who can escape first. And you still have time to join the audience and potentially get killed by me. It's fun. Listen to me blabber on. Let's just get into the game. You'll figure it out as we go.
I love the narrators in these games.
Okay, first question. If I've learned anything from Carmen Sandiego, it's that the best way to stay incognito is to wear a bright red hat and trench coat. What device helps gumshoes travel through time in the educational game Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego? Use your device to answer the question.
What? I don't think I've ever played this game. Alright, so I'm just gonna fucking guess. I don't know. Never played Carmen Sandiego.
And the correct answer is... Who got the question right?
Well.
The rest of you, let's play a game.
This game, even if you get killed, you can still win. Just so you know. You're not out of the game if you die.
I'm going to ask you a question. Your life depends on how you answer. What's the best thing to yell at a car that cuts you off in traffic?
Sir Album, you want to watch the stream for the question, and then on your phone or your web browser.
Type an answer on your device and press send when you're finished.
Oh, you just didn't. Okay. You bump your mic up and the game down.
Are you writing a haiku?
Yes.
Hit send already.
There you go. How's that? Is that better?
Now everyone gets to vote. Pick which of these answers you hate the most. Whoever wrote the answer with the most votes dies. Pick the answer that makes you go, bad. Bad doggy. Look at what you did. No. Voting is not just a right, it's a privilege. The votes are in. I'd ask if you had any last words, but I bet they'd also be terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oops.
You're dead. But keep playing, and I promise you can still win. Never underestimate a ghost, son. And here's where everybody's at, because, you know, we don't rank people enough in society. Here's another one. I'm looking for a new pet, but I want something with a scary name. This labradoodle just isn't doing it for me. What type of animal is a hellbender?
I feel like one of you is gonna know that. Briar.
Who said this?
I may have guessed.
Only a ghost got it wrong. Too easy. How about this? People who suffer from Riley-Day syndrome can't.
I do not. Yes, I do not know the answer to this one. We have some at the zoo. Oh, that's so cool.
Time for now. And the correct answer is this one.
Nope.
The rest of you who are still alive, you're in for a treat. Welcome back to the killing floor. Let's play the finger cutting game. I used to call this one Knifey Pointy, but the name didn't test well with the focus group I kidnapped. Just choose one of your fingers to cut off. My dog could do it, but he doesn't have fingers. Chop chop.
Just pick a finger. Any finger.
Thanks for the finger.
Aubriel, are you okay?
The scoreboard is your friend. Let's try another one. Penny Black is the name for the world's first...
I can guess. You alright, Aubriel?
Time. Who picked this? I have a surprise for you. Now it's time to flex your creative muscles. Get your finger ready. Something that's very hairy.
Oh, this has drawing in it?
Draw this thing as best as you can and press send when you're finished.
Oh no! If this were a different kind of chat, I would know exactly what to expect.
Now everyone gets to vote. Pick the drawing that you hate the most.
My balls and your mom.
Aw, don't be shy. Pick a drawing for punishment.
Oh no!
Pick a drawing already. The votes are in. The votes are in, and nobody likes you.
Oh my god!
I think you
Alvin
found your true calling
exploded.
as a splatter artist.
He's a splatter artist, yep. This game's freaky, but it's kind of awesome.
Alright, next question. So, you think
He is a
you're in
good
a dark place? Who was the first person in space?
Oh, I think I should know this one. I don't. Music is so good.
Time's running out. Who picked this one? Let's play a game. It's time for a memory game. Everyone gets to play this time. Memorize the pattern. Alright, let's put these away. From left to right, what was the order of the weapons? If anybody does better than you, you will be much worse off. Because you'll be dead. Was that clear? Hurry, finish your brain download. And looky, here's the pattern. How'd you do? But did anyone totally show you up with their own memory? Now that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know how many I got right. I thought I was pretty close, but I guess not.
Killed by other players is probably
I was
the
looking at
creepiest
colors
thing
too,
that
yeah.
can happen in this game if you think about it.
Arenas is catching up.
Hey, did anybody hear that? I think the squirrels are back in the attic. Ugh, this is what it's like to be a homeowner, kids. Next question.
I like how Charmander's guessing.
Just to refresh my memory before I start
Get you on
cutting.
the next round.
If I cut out your patella, what would I be removing?
Feel like I should know that. This game is stressful.
And the correct answer is this one.
Ah!
Too easy. Alright, next question. What organ gives you insulin? Who said this?
Well.
Everyone again, you all need to be taught a lesson.
Oh, he's mad because we keep winning.
We're going to play chalices. I've given each safe player a poison pellet. Pick a chalice to drop your poison in.
It's so hard to focus on because the sounds are scary. Yep. Which one are you gonna
the
pick?
poison's not getting any poisonier, you know. Pick a chalice. And it's your turn now. Pick a chalice to drink from. I know what you're thinking, but don't. Good stuff. Now let's see what everyone drank. It'll all be over soon.
Rest in peace, Nezaru. Oh, you got
Oh, you
poison.
brought a knife to a poison fight.
Narrator.
Only one player left alive. Just how I like it.
The literal stuff. Yep.
Glad to see you've made it here alive. But
Caught
can you
nailed.
escape with your
Aw,
body?
yeah. Good joke, Sir Alvin.
I'm going to give you a category. Sriracha ingredients. Tap on each answer that fits, then press submit.
This is multiple choice and you can choose multiple answers. In case
Let's
that
see
was
the right
clear.
answers. You move forward one space for every correct answer. You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
What is this question?
Decisions.
So the last answer, by the way, for anybody who knows, who doesn't know and needs to know, it's basically for help the ghosts catch up.
The ghosts are
My
catching
jam.
up.
My judgment.
Months with 31 days. Anytime today, kiddo.
I had to think about that. Oh, Abriel's catching up.
Can you stay out of the shadows? Godzilla opponents.
What?
Time is almost up.
I don't know Godzilla that well.
You got a ghost breathing down your neck. Spooky!
Oh yeah, by the way, the dark comes for you also.
Salads that contain hard-boiled eggs.
No answers is also an option. I don't know if that fits this question. I'm just putting that out there.
Decisions.
I don't eat salad, so I don't know the answer.
Hurry up.
Album, you and I gotta keep going. We
Las
have to
Vegas
escape.
casinos. Anytime today, kiddo.
The ghost question is to help the ghosts catch up to the to the main player, to the live player. If you are the living player, you don't get it.
Now can you play with me forever?
Oh man, you and I are about to get, Oh, I feel really bad for not knowing this answer, but I don't know the answer.
Here's another one. Noble gases. Decision. This is so exciting!
One more question and Arenis wins. Can Aubrielle pass?
Family Feud hosts.
Any answers that are correct, yes.
Time is almost up.
Wow. Not only did we get consumed by the darkness, but we also exploded. There you are. So what do you guys think? I like this one a lot. I think this one's fun. It's a little bit spoop. Yeah, let's do it. Arenis, since you're in control, can you actually do a reboot the franchise so that we can get, Charmander in here? Because I forgot that Charmander needs us to post a link in the chat. So once we're done laughing at all the funny causes of death. Okie dokie. So the page is gonna refresh. You're gonna have to put in a new, you're gonna have to put in a new room code. So I've actually got the control, so. Yeah, so the way this game works is, for anybody who didn't quite pick it up on the first round, just because it's a little confusing sometimes. Basically how this game works is that, prior 2.0, basically what happens is you spend the first portion of the game just answering questions, and whoever's the last person alive gets to have a head start on that end part, and it's a race to the right side of the screen. And when you're doing those questions, you can select any answers that apply or no answers that apply. They don't really make that clear, actually, but there were a couple times where none of the answers applied, and you don't have to click all of them. So, yeah, see you later, Arenis. Have fun at your raid. So, yeah. Did we get everybody? Oh, there's some people here I don't recognize. Hi, friends. Welcome. You're the pack again. Did the link post? Who did Yif? Album did Yif. Oh, the room's full. Alright. I'll tell you what, since there's a lot of... Yeah, join the audience. Since there's a lot of people here, maybe next round I won't play, so you can play. Or if anybody leaves. I'll skip this since we know how to play. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wake
yeah, correct your...
up. Come on, wake up. Welcome to Trivia Night, a phantasm of mind-rending challenges, but in a down-to-earth, just us girls kind of way, you know? I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a question wrong, you have to fight for your life. In one of my super fun...
Skip that since
I wasn't done talking, but whatever, let's get to it.
Make him mad. Make the serial killer mad.
Okay now, first question. What Oscar-winning actor does the voice of Mr. Fishodor on Bob's Burgers? Use your device to answer the question. That means you weirdos in the audience, too. Time's running out.
I love this show. This show is so good.
And the correct answer is... Who got it right?
I was the only one that got that right.
The rest of you...
I love Bob's
prepare for
Burgers.
your
That show is so
punishment.
fucking good.
Welcome to the killing floor. Let me ask you a question. Your answer is very important.
I thought somebody else was gonna get that besides me.
What's the number one key to success? Type an answer on your device and press send when you're finished.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to pick the worst answer. I think that's what's about to happen. Or does everybody vote on it? I don't remember.
You write slower than George R.R. Martin. Come on.
They must keep this really updated. That's a really
Now
specific
everyone
voice
gets to
clip.
vote. I want you to pick the answer
Oh my
that
God,
you
you
hate
guys.
the most. The person who wrote the answer with the most votes will die. You can do it. One of
The
these
worst
answers was
answer?
written by someone who deserves punishment.
That's hard. I wish this one was the best answer. Well, that would be hard
Forever.
too, because I like all these answers.
The votes are in.
No, you're okay. I understand.
What terrible answers. Time to pay. Here's the early scores. These will change over time, probably. That's how scores work. Oh, and let's see how the audience is doing. The audience isn't doing so great, but there's time to catch up. Let's try this again.
I have a cat in here.
What kind of painting technique uses egg yolk?
I know this one. Rachel, we know this one. And I'm sure other people in the chat do too, but Rachel and I remember.
And the correct answer
You
is...
forgot that.
this.
Egg tempura.
The rest of you who are still alive,
Never mind.
I want to show you something. Hey girl, welcome
blocked
back to
it
the
out.
killing floor.
I remember being showed how to do it and just being like, what the
We're
heck?
going to play the finger cutting game. No one has to die in this one, unless you refuse to participate. Just choose one of your fingers to cut off. It's the opposite of difficult.
Have fun!
Think happy thoughts. Thanks for the finger food. No, I'm kidding. I don't eat them. I know where they've been.
You guys each picked a different figure.
Since
I remember
spent
the
so
egg
much
tempura
on
one
it
because
at
you can actually
Michael's,
hold
let's
an
check
egg
that
yolk.
scoreboard again.
And I thought that just blew my mind. That you could just actually
Let's
hold
try
an egg
another
yolk.
one. It's crazy how fast time goes when you're having fun.
Fun to see my finger, yeah.
Around how long did the Spanish Inquisition last?
I like how these questions go from like, who was the voice actor of Bob's Burgers? What was the device that Carmen Sandiego used? How long did the Spanish Inquisition last?
Time's running out. Who picked this one?
Aubrielle was the only one that knew.
Prepare for your punishment.
I hardcore guessed. I had absolutely no idea.
Let's see if you can string some letters together.
Words.
Use letters to spell the longest word you can before time runs out. This is actually how William S. Burroughs wrote some of his stories, but I guess that's not really important right now. Don't be the person with the shortest word or you'll regret it. Get to it. By the way, the letters don't have to be touching, and don't forget to press submit when you're done.
Don't have to be touched, okay?
better find something.
Oh, mine's not even gonna be a word.
Ooh,
Well,
let's see what you did there.
I was trying to write. Well, I didn't even get to submit it, so I died.
Here it comes.
So, fun fact. I'm not good at words, and I'm not good at numbers. So.
Quick shout out to all my dead people. Looking good.
I don't know what it's like to be the audience. I've never been the audience
I've got more
before.
questions for you.
I didn't get to submit anything
What
because
pest
my
control
word
company
stopped
did
being a
Walter and
word.
Jesse use as a front for their meth operation on the TV show Breaking Bad?
I remember this one too. Oh, all these ones I know. Join me in the no points pit. I did nail the stream by getting nailed.
Time's running out.
I died via spikes, so
Who
you guys will
picked
have to take over the channel for me
this?
now. I love that show too. That was a good show.
Let's go someplace fun. Oh, fun! A big pile of moolah. Here's how this is going to work. If no one takes the money, no one dies. But if you do take the money, I'll kill everyone who didn't. There's one catch. If you all take the money, then you all die. Talk
Well,
amongst yourselves.
what you gonna do? Yes, what decision are you going to make?
Let's see who has any kind of moral compass whatsoever. If nobody's the victim, everybody's the victim.
But at least you all got your money, even though you're dead. So Nezaruk, you're alive by default.
Oh good, we're just down to one. It wasn't easy making it
Time for the
here
race.
alive, and it won't be easy to escape with your body. I'm going to give you a category. Animals on the endangered species list in 2016. Tap on each answer that fits, then press submit.
That's any of them, so if both of them are right
Let's
or
see
neither
the
of them
right
are right, you can also
answers.
do that. But I knew it was both, so there you go.
You move forward one space for every correct answer. You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to
Coming for
you,
you.
then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game.
Friends, I refuse to discuss
Here's
it. Then
everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
Yeah, like the ghost question is not always right, but it is but if it is, so the way this works is if you get a point for every one you get correct. See those check marks next to you?
A bunch of smart people, huh?
So if you say it's correct,
Here's another
not
one.
correct, correct. If you guess that
Cartoon
way, you get 3
characters with
points.
mustaches.
The part of mythology I give up. I don't even think what year it is, so. It's a little bit confusing the way it
Are
works.
you afraid of the dark?
It-
You should be. Heavyweight boxing champs.
Think I'm gonna know the answer to that question? I'm gonna pick a couple answers. Choose a couple, whatever. Yeah, so each answer is either correct or not correct, and you get points for if you can guess which one is, like, if it's right or not. Mega Macho's getting past me, though.
Here comes the next question.
No, I don't think I can name it. It's even one.
Boy Scout ranks.
I don't know anything about Boy Scouts. Oh, none of them were right. Hi, Pure and Blood. What's going on? Welcome to Murder Trivia Party.
Here's another one. Games that require dice.
I feel like I should know that because my family plays a lot of board games, but I don't. Oh, I guessed correctly.
No fair.
Coming for you, Nezaruk. We're getting there.
Phases of the moon.
I think I know this one. I'm reasonably sure I'm gonna get this right, but that I'm gonna get all three of them. Yes. Mega Macho and I are getting this.
Just a few more steps. Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters.
I should know this and I don't. Yep, I lose. Yep. Both of us lose. Mega Macho's actually ahead of me. I didn't know that one. Oh, one more. You just gotta get out the door. Next step.
Darkness approaches. Instruction in the cha-cha slide.
Who's gonna win? Oh, actually, I got this wrong. Yep, the middle. I forgot to check the middle one. Everybody, clap your hands. Nezaruk won, and then we all got consumed by the shadows. You got $9,000 for that. Whole audience of 2 died with $9,000. Yeah, let's do one more. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do, though. I'm gonna grab the link. I'll post a link in chat. Charmander, if you would like to play, grab it. So, fun fact, if you hit sequel, the person who lived, everybody who died becomes, Junior. So it would be like Artsy Junior. But I'm gonna reboot so new people can get it if you want. Give everybody a chance to get in. Yeah, so if you start a new game as a sequel, the person who lived is still themselves, so it would still be Nezaruk, but everybody else would be, everybody else becomes like Artsy Junior or Mega Macho Junior or whatever. Lil Pump. Oh my god, you guys. I don't even know who's who now. Anybody wants to join the audience? Guess, Charmander must not be. It must be AFK, so. I don't even know who some of you are. I don't recognize any of your names. But, hi. Welcome. Yeah, your monster's super cute. I'm still the weird little squid thing. I like the weird little squid. Alright, I guess everybody's here? Pure and Blood, you got in! Yay, you can play! Oh, you're in? Okay, you did get in. Good. I'm a new baby. Hi, Brad and baby. Welcome. Oh, yeah, you are right there. Yep. Alright, we're gonna skip this Luki intro. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get in the audience? Maybe you can join the audience.
Welcome to Trivia Night, voted most painful quiz show 7 straight years. But it's also just a happy-go-lucky expression of, and well, I guess I'll just shut up then. Hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. It's so important I get it. Impatient jerk.
Aw, Charmander.
Okay now, first question. Who performed a one-man show called Dressed to Kill?
Take it a guess.
Time's running out.
I know this right away. Yes.
And the correct answer is... Who got it right?
Eddie Izzard's really funny.
The rest of you, come with me.
I don't know how being in the audience works. We'll do one
Welcome
more
to the
after this,
killing
and I'll
floor.
hop out and not be in the audience. So
We're going
then you
to
guys can
play
all play.
chalices. All of the safe players have been provided with a poison pellet. Pick a chalice to put your poison in. Time's a-wasting. Now it's your turn to play. Pick a chalice to drink from.
There's a lot of people in the
Slurp
chat.
when you
Welcome,
drink, that
everyone.
drives me nuts.
Hope you guys are having a good time, having a good Saturday night, playing some Murder Party.
Hope it tasted good. Now let's see what everyone drank. Let's face it, you would have drank poison at some point in your life anyway. Nothing beats the smooth, refreshing taste of poison.
I love the narrator in this one. He is so funny.
And here's how everyone
Brad and
stacks
Baby's
up
getting
early
up
in the
there.
game.
He's winning.
But you're all number one to me. And how's the audience doing? Yikes. Maybe we shouldn't
well,
have
Pure and
checked
Blood,
in
we're
with the
having a good
audience
time.
after all. Do better,
Enjoy it.
audience.
Do better, audience.
Let's try this again.
You can still win. Don't worry.
Which country does the Gobi Desert cut across?
You can still win, though.
Time's running out.
You're just dead. One time you're not playing, yeah, right?
And the correct answer is... this one.
Guessed wrong.
The rest of you, I have a surprise for you.
Oh, man.
Hello, Guten Tag. Welcome back to the killing floor. I'm going to ask you a question. So put a little
don't like
thought
this
into
one.
this. It's important. How can I make your dungeon experience more enjoyable? Type an answer on your device and press send when you're finished.
So, the only thing that being dead does is it pushes us one person closer to going to the race at the end, so it actually doesn't matter that you're dead. It's just that you won't be the person at the very front of the line at the end. But you can still catch up and win.
What do you know? A writer who's bad with deadlines.
Gravy Jr., you got this.
Want to know what happens when you don't answer? Your silence speaks volumes.
Blindfolds and handcuffs, you guys.
Here's the scoreboard again. I feel like you're getting the basic pattern of the game now. How about this? For this question, you'll want to prick up your ears. Viagra was originally developed as a treatment for what ailment?
I think I know this and I don't know why. There are exactly 0 reasons for me to know the answer to this question.
Who said this?
Yeah. I don't know why I know that.
The rest of you who
Speaking
are
of
still
parking,
alive,
yep.
let's go someplace fun.
Look at you guys, you get to go have fun with the serial killer.
It's time for
Oh,
some
no.
number fun. Answer as many math questions as you can before time runs out. If you do the worst, you die.
Rest in peace, you guys.
Let's do this. Yay, math!
Rad, I'm schooling you guys.
How do you feel like you're doing? Good?
Oh, Aubriel's catching up.
I wish we could do math all day, but time's almost up.
They're really easy things like 2 + 2, I'm pretty sure, but it's still, you gotta do them fast. Pure in blood.
This
You are
will
where I
hurt.
would have been.
Oh no, now you're a math ghost.
Spooky math ghost. There's also negatives. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, no, math is not my strong suit. I would have been right down there with you.
Alright, next question. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Good. Now, who's the eldest Hemsworth brother?
Ooh. Again, I don't know why I would know this, even if I did know it, but...
Time's running out.
The most generic names of all time, right?
Who picked this one?
I didn't even know there was a Luke Hemsworth, so...
I want to show you something.
I knew Liam and Chris, and I knew Liam was the younger brother, so...
Now I'd like you to make some art.
I knew there was a
Your
third
life
brother, but I didn't know.
depends on your doodle. A video game character. Draw this thing the best you can and press send when you're finished.
Well... In before Mario. Art Axie. Just wait till you see mine. It's pretty good, I would say. I would say mine's pretty quality. Aubriel!
Stop drawing this out. Ooh, I made a pun.
Drawing this out.
Drawing was not optional.
Aubriel!
You know, it
Oh my
really
god, we
makes
both
me
drew
angry
back.
when your refusal to participate
Little Pup, you and I
reveals
both
certain
drew
inherent flaws in my
Pac-Man.
basic game design, so please, yeah, don't do that.
Timer does not like you. Of all the video game
Alright,
characters,
next
Little Pup and I
question.
both drew.
Who was not on the
Pac-Man.
92 NBA Dream Team?
You would have done Bowser. Oh yeah. I just picked an answer, dudes. What are even sports?
Who said this?
How do you even pronounce that name?
Let's play a game. Oh look! There's a pile of money on the floor.
Well, I know what's about to happen.
I did have this earmarked for my trip to the wine country, but, oh, what the hell? Take as much money as you want, but take the most money or the least
Oh, this is
money,
different.
and you'll be sorry. Get some money grabbing. How much did everybody take?
Well, rip.
It's punishment time for the most and least greedy. Is the social commentary a little too on the nose?
Little Pup is good
Just
at this.
don't compare me to Banksy, please. Ugh, that guy.
At least you and I only got cut in half, right?
Only one of you is still alive. You know what that means. Well, look who's still alive. Now you just have to escape with your body. I'm going to give you a category. Laxative brands. Tap on each answer that fits, then press submit.
Hope the bottom one is right.
Let's see the right answers.
Boy, Lillipump is
move
crushing us.
forward
I don't
one
even know which
space
one of
for
you that
every
is, but
correct
you are
answer.
crushing it.
You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's
Had that happen
everyone's
yet,
next
though.
question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
Why would I know this? Why would anybody know this? I guessed.
Chemical elements.
Oh shoot. Oh, I think I guessed that one wrong. It's tense.
That just wasn't challenging enough. Beware of the darkness. Classified as bears.
What? What is this question? Flying? What? 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 What does that question mean?
Here's another one. Apples.
I was expecting it to be like black bears, brown bears, and koala bears, you know? Like, not flying. Flying sloth? I don't know.
Rum-based cocktails.
I don't know my alcohols well enough, apparently, because I have absolutely no idea what the answer to this question is. Guess correct. Trying to catch up with you.
Almost there. Too slow.
Aw.
So sad.
Sorry, JB Jr.
South American countries.
What's classified as South America, though? Like, I guess Dominican Republic doesn't count.
The shadows are coming. Call of Duty titles.
Oh, yeah, so that was my question. Is it technically Central America? Because I don't know if this game counts that. I guess it did, though. I'm not that good at geography, okay? I'm not that good at much of anything. Lil Pump survives! Unit cancel. Gutsy. Yep. And there we go. Cause of death, not immune to poison. Greed. Yep. Mine's probably greed also. Here I come. Bad with money. That... Yes. That is accurate. Did not submit a drawing. Not the best at math. Yeah. Same. Allergic to poison. Couldn't be bothered to try. That's unfortunate. Lil Pump survived. You guys want to do one more? Be the last one?
Hi, the party's downstairs. Come on in.
Oh yeah, there's a song. Or is it just is there lyrics? Because I always like when these games have lyrics. Fuck it, I'll play one more. Alright.
I was helping someone load his van. He threw me in, now here I am. I'm in his basement, cold and afraid, where a deadly trivia game is played.
I love the music in these games. Alright, last one of the night. Here we go. Everybody's got to hop back in. Just in case new people want to join, we'll just... Oh, I get to be the fat one this time! Shaq O'Neal. I don't know which one of you that is, but hi. Three more, you guys. Who wants to hop on in? You're the Shack Man. All right. Lil Pump's back. Grew up, Aubrielle. Me. The me. You're the sack lady. You are the sack lady. Anyone else? Anyone else want to hop on in? You got Mega Macho. Awesome. Ram Baby's back. Radham Baby. And Fish. Sweet. Oh, just at the start? Okay. That's good to know. Anybody joining the audience this time around? I don't know if you can join the audience whenever. Alright, I'm gonna hit the go button. We'll skip the intro, because we haven't seen it. Even though the intro is very cool. This game has a cool aesthetic.
Come on, wake up. Welcome to Trivia Night, a merciless deluge of pain and suffering. You know, like Mom used to make. I'm going to ask you a bunch of trivia questions. If you get a question wrong, you have to fight for your life in one of my super fun mini-games. If you do badly in the mini-game, I'll kill you. But don't worry, Ghosts can still win the game. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round where the living and dead compete to see who can escape first. Oh, and hey, look, we've got an audience playing along too. Tell you what, at the end of the game, if the audience has less money than the player who wins, everyone in the audience dies. I'm not sure why they would volunteer for that, but whatever. Listen to me blabber on. Let's just get into the game. You'll figure it out as we go.
I'm glad I let that play through one more time because I was wondering how the audience works.
First question. What city lies where the Blue and White Nile rivers come together?
I guessed because I don't actually know the answer. Yeah, give us some animal questions. Some of us know those.
And the correct answer is... Who got the question right?
Not me.
The rest of you, come with me. Welcome to the killing floor. We're going to play the finger cutting game. Fingers are overrated, right?
Oh.
Just choose one of your fingers to cut off. Could it be any easier? Ah! Aim for the tendon.
Useless not finally gets used. Yeah.
You deserve an ice cream. You won't
Whenever we
get
do
one,
this,
but
the answer's
still.
always the one I cut off. Just wait. Just wait. It'll be the one I can't pick.
Here's everybody's score so far. Are scores important? If you crave external validation, then yeah. Oh, and let's check out the audience score. and the audience is doing okay-ish.
Yeah, that's a hard one to get as the first one.
Let's try another one. Not to brag, but people say I'm the Brian Wilson of eating in bed. Which of the following is not one of the locations mentioned in the lyrics of the Beach Boys song, Kokomo?
I can't even tell you. The consequence for cutting off the fingers is that you can't choose the answer that corresponds to whatever finger you chose. So if you cut off your index finger, you can't answer number 1. If you cut off your pinky, you can't answer number 4. It blocks out...
And the correct answer is...
that answer.
This.
So anybody who cut off their ring finger was not able to answer Antigua
Let's
at
go
all.
someplace fun.
Even if you knew that answer, you couldn't answer it.
Welcome back to the killing floor. We're going to play Chalices. I've given all the safe players a bit of poison to use. Pick a chalice to drop your poison in.
Yep. Yeah, it's a hard one to get as like the first challenge, because then you're kind of handicapped for the rest of the game.
Okie dokie, it's your turn to play. Pick a chalice to drink from. I like saying the word chalice. Makes me feel like someone who wears silk underwear. Ooh. Yummy, yummy. Now let's see what everyone drank. Shh. Embrace the light, my sweet dove. Poison is a rough way to go. Here's where everybody's at right now. Here's another one. St. Basil's Cathedral is located in which city?
Oh, I feel like I should know this. We probably studied it at some point in art history, but I can't remember.
Time's running out.
I can picture it, I just can't remember which.
Who picked this one? Everyone is wrong. I have a surprise for you.
Wow.
Let's test your memory. Memorize the pattern. Alright, let's hide my toys. From left to right, what was the order of the weapons? And winning is its own reward, but also, if you get last place, you die, so good luck!
I feel like that one was actually...
This was the pattern, you silly gooses. How did you do? It looks like you forgot what was at stake.
Wish they showed the answer. Well, it's still up on the screen. It's still up on the stream, but I know you're playing on your phone, so it's a little hard.
I have a message for all you haters
It's okay,
out there.
fish, don't feel pain.
I get it. I totally get it. Next question. Anthrocon is the world's largest convention for what?
I wonder if any of you are gonna get this right. I can't... I bet all of you are gonna get this wrong. I bet not a single one of you knows the answer to this question. None of you should know this.
Time's running out.
Nobody's gonna know the answer.
And the correct answer is this one.
So I got that wrong because I cut my pinky off, so I couldn't answer the correct
One of you
answer.
is still alive. You're in for a treat.
So specific for this group? Yeah, right.
Nothing says, yep, you're probably gonna die, than taking a spin at the loser wheel. Don't get all...
Alright, here we go.
Round and round he goes. Where
I'm gonna die, though.
Nobody knows.
Yep. You always
can't
die
say
on
it
that one.
wasn't fair.
I died all because I cut off my pinky. The audience is really doing well this time.
Let's try another one.
Have you? I've never seen it
Don't let
win.
this question give you any
It always
ideas.
lands on the same spot in the red.
Where are the escapees escaping from in The Great Escape?
Oh, I got my finger back because I'm dead. That's actually really funny. The person lived. Interesting. I've never seen... It always lands on the second notch in the red section. For me. I've never seen it not land in that red...
Who said this?
Nobody knew this one. Except for
Everyone
Charmander.
is wrong. I have a surprise for you.
Charmander do it.
I think it's time for some senseless violence. You can attack someone else.
Oh, this
You
is
could
interesting.
defend yourself. Or you could grab some money. And if no one gets hurt, I'll still punish someone. So make sure someone gets hurt. Now go say hello to some people with your fists.
Oh, say hello to some people with your fists.
Pick something. Unless you're a pacifist, in which case, this should... Real paranoid move to defend yourself even though no one attacked you. Your cowardice must be punished.
Oh, wow. I've never seen that happen.
You can check out the full explanation of the tiebreaker rules over on my website. Unless it's been hacked again. God, it really makes you feel so helpless when that happens.
Is that a real website?
But what are you gonna do? There are just bad people in this world.
Oh my god, it is an
Next
actual
question.
website. That's really funny.
You gotta hand it to God in the Old Testament. That guy could bring it. Which of the following was not one of the 10 plagues that God inflicted on
I know
Egypt
this.
in the Old Testament? Time's running out.
You've ever seen The Prince of Egypt? That's how.
And the correct answer is this. Prepare for your
As
punishment.
somebody who was raised Christian, I knew that one immediately. But
Ugh, look at this mess. I'm going to need everyone's help. There's blood all over this art. Memorize the pattern of blood. Okay, you've had long enough. Reproduce the pattern on your device by tapping on all the spaces that were red. Then press submit when you're done. If anyone does better than you, I will be testing.
bunch of frogs all over a bunch of people? Yep. Basically. You just invaded the town with frogs. And locusts. Oh my god, we have to watch The Prince of Egypt one of these nights
If
on
you
movie
don't have
night.
it by now, you're
It's such a
just
good
guessing.
movie. Whether you're religious or not, it's such a good movie.
Here's that art again. Let's see if you messed it up.
Ooh.
Well, the door's open. Did anybody walk through? I'm not an art expert, but that looks better than what you did.
It did take a few of the plagues out, yeah. Didn't fit.
Whoa. This went from a simple murder party to a creepy sociological experiment. You were playing with some grim people.
Missed it by one.
Only one of you is still alive. You know what that means. Congrats on making it here alive. Now let's see if you can escape with your body. I'm going to give you a category. Books authored by Donald Trump. Tap on each
Audience
answer
just
that
live.
fits,
They might
then
have.
press submit.
Yeah, whoever's in the audience right now is doing really well.
Let's see the right answers.
Hey!
You move forward one space for every correct answer. You're getting real close to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
I don't know. You're at least one. Oh, Aubrielle's shooting up ahead there.
Sedimentary rocks.
I should know the I feel like I should know the answer to that one because I like rocks a lot, but I don't. Guessing one of you guys probably knows that though. Like is like, oh my god, this is my question. Iron's a sedimentary rock? I didn't know that. Now I do. Oh, see you later,
Are you
guys.
afraid of the dark? You should be.
Foot pedal.
Star Trek film titles.
Gotta catch up.
I get it. You did well.
Fish and I are coming for you. And Aubrielle's down there too. We're coming for you.
Sausages.
Yeah, guessed. Totally guessed.
And you're
I knew risotto wasn't right, but I
outta
didn't know what
here.
the other two were.
Nations north of the equator.
Alright, well. Risotto is delicious. I don't know specifically what it is, but I know it's not a sausage, so... Sir Aldo's got their, Is he just technically north of the equator? Interesting.
It's lights out for you. Hercules' labors.
Pasta cream dish, gotcha, that's what. Talk about it a lot on cooking shows. This one I think I should know and I don't. Ooh, Aubrielle's catching
Kill
up.
your friend and come back to life. It's the
This is
only
gonna be
way.
close. We're like right on your tail.
12 apostles of Jesus.
Why were there 2 religious questions this round? I like how everyone was like, Carl's not the right answer. With that.
Good.
Ooh,
Now
Aubrielle
escape
stole a
before the others
body.
catch you.
Yeah, God's sending us a message.
Voiced by Frank Oz.
To make up for the furry question? Yes. I don't know, but this is gonna blow my mind. Cookie Monster is Yoda. Oh man, this next question's gonna decide
The
it.
darkness approaches. Simple machines.
Oh, I actually know this one. I think. Just cut. Aubriel pulled ahead at the end. Sniped the victory. I think that's a fitting end to the night. Aging makes people sad. And the audience lived with more money. I think. Was it more money? Oh, they lived. Yep, the audience got to live because they had more money. Or they had less money, rather. I don't know. I don't remember how the audience thing works. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking. Body snatched? Bad memory? Cut loser wheeled, yes. If they live, it's more. Okay. Cause of death, a tie. Tiebreaker. Oh, that's right, because you guys got consumed by the darkness. Bad memory. Not immune to poison. Well, there you go, guys. That's some nice murder trivia party for you. So I think it's time. It's about time I head off to bed. Gotta get my sleep on. I finally get to sleep in. Very excited about it. So thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I hope you had a good time on Stack Saturday. For any of the new people, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. We love meeting new friends and all that good stuff. So welcome. If you liked hanging out with us, we do games or movies every Saturday, so we kind of all hang out on Saturday nights. And then most days of the week, we're either doing art or a solo game. So if you feel like coming back, I appreciate any follows. So Brad and Baby, and thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Axie Stack. But yeah, if any of you guys are interested in joining the Axie Stack. And for anybody also who's interested, we have a Discord. You guys can ask Axolotl for the Discord. We just kind of hang out and have a good time and share art and stories and games and all that. Thank you for posting the link, by the way. Yeah, so if you're interested, that's usually where I update the stream the most, so if you need to know anything about the stream, it's gonna be on that Discord, so. But for that, that's about it for me for tonight, so. Yeah. Welcome to all the new people, and thanks for hanging out with me. You guys have a good night or a good rest of your day if you're in another time zone, and I will see you all tomorrow for more art. Alright, have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you later. Bye!